get some coaching experience, like start you in the next phase of your career the right way. It's a simple conversation.
Really, Ed Thompson, so we're not going to talk about football. Look, we and I already talked about the Ravens and whatever. Look.
No one wants to talk about the Ravens.
We already talked about the Ravens. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, look, y'all got the number 1 seed in the AFC. It's coming through Baltimore. It is what it is. Everybody's seen it. They weren't going to lose to Cleveland. They're not going to lose to Pittsburgh next week either. So let's be clear about that. So the Falcons beat the Jaguars 24-12. Colts beat the Panthers 38-6. The Saints beat the Titans 38-28. Michael Thomas sets the NFL record for catches in a season. Andrew Brees, as his usual self, just goes out and fries defense.
I'll be honest, man.
I'm gonna give Michael Irvin credit from the NFL Network. He came out his bold prediction. He said that Michael Thomas is going to break that record in that football game, and he did. I give him his props.
You know what? I mean, that's just simple math. But Michael Thomas has done this consistently for 3 seasons now?
Seasons.
3? 3 or 4.
But you know something about Drew Brees? Drew Brees makes the most average wide receiver look like a Hall of Famer. Case in point. Does anybody remember?
Marcus Colston, I know.
Marcus Colston was out of Hofstra.
Yeah, we know. Oh, trust me, I know.
And he came in there as a 7th-round pick, got a rapport with Drew Brees, and is now one of the best wide receivers in New Orleans Saints history.
He might be the best wide receiver since Joe Horn fucking up right now.
Yeah, he might be the best receiver in New Orleans history. I mean, let's see what Michael Thomas does first.
I'll be honest. He got that. He got that. I don't know if it's Drew Brees. It's the offense. And if you're a smart enough player or a good enough player, if you run good, solid routes, you're going to be good. Mm-hmm. And I think that's what it boils down to. I don't know that it's Drew Brees. Him and Sean Payton have a symbiotic relationship. So you can't match one without the other, because remember that year Sean Payton was suspended? They look like boo-boo Kachu out there.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
and Drew Brees didn't look that good either. So this is a symbiotic relationship. It's just like Brady and Belichick. Actually, it can't be like Brady and Belichick, because Belichick's still a good coach without Brady.
They will no. I don't think Belichick.
Belichick went 10-6 with Matt Castle, bro.
And they missed the playoffs too. Forgot about that.
Yeah, because they lost them first couple of games.
I remember that hit on Brady that from Kansas City.
I remember that hit. Oh boy, fell into his knee.
Dove into his leg. No, he didn't fall. He dove into that man's leg. The same way they trying to do Lamar Jackson. But anyway, Raiders beat the Chargers 24-17. Broncos beat the Lions 27-17. The Cardinals smashed the Seahawks 27-13. Ain't no way in the world the Cardinals should have came into Seattle with Kyler Murray getting hurt and beat the Seahawks like that. Ain't no
Actually, you know what?
Drake. The good Drake. Running roughshod all over.
Yo, you know what? But that's what I told you yesterday. Kenyon Drake matches that offense. Mm-hmm. He just works for that offense. Mm-hmm. David Johnson, though he is a good back, does not match the offense. Kenyon Drake is an Alvin Kamara type of back. He catches passes really well. He comes out the backfield. He can run that sweep. He's faster. It just works for them. Sometimes, personnel make fights sometimes. Make stuff sometimes. Like you put a southpaw against a orthodox. Sometimes it's a good fight. Sometimes it's a terrible fight. Sometimes people just match with offenses. Drew Brees, we didn't know what the hell Drew Brees was. Shit, remember Nick Saban? Nick Saban had to pick between Drew Brees and Dante Culpepper. in Miami, and he picked Dante motherfucking Culpepper. We see how that turned out. So like, that's what I'm saying, bro. Sometimes you get a coach that matches with a player or offense that matches a player's strengths, and next thing you know, you got a guy looking real good.
Right.
Shit, Jared Goff just got paid because he got paired up with a coach that matched his strength.
Super Bowl last year. Let's be clear. Jared Goff made it to the Super Bowl last year.
Hold on, that team made it to the Super Bowl.
That defense made it to the Super Bowl. But Jared Goff, I'm sorry, trash. Probably the worst contract of the decade. We'll talk about that a little later.
Hold on, there's some other contracts.
Let me finish these games out. The Eagles beat the Cowboys. Shout out to my man Saul. I'm sorry. You didn't know what Cowboy team was going to come out. You didn't know. You didn't know if they was going to be the ones that beat the Eagles 37-10 a few weeks ago, or if they was going to be the Cowboys that lost to the Jets a few weeks ago.
Hey, can we talk about how Dak Prescott was missing? He was missing no passes, bro. Because look.
Miles Sanders, that Carson Wentz to Miles Sanders down the field. I told y'all last week, he did the exact same thing he did last week, and Miles Sanders could not be stopped. But Dak Prescott, bro.
He had Tavon Austin wide going down that sideline. He just missed him.
Yo, Dak is proving that he is not worth $40 million.
And he's going to make 35.
And Amari Cooper is not proving that he is worth $20 million. Let's be clear. He's not. He's not showing up in big games. That last play, he was taken out of the game. How are you going? This is arguably your number one receiver, right?
He's still injured.
It does not matter.
But remember what I told you last show, man. I told you he wasn't no number one. I told you. And he had like 3 drops yesterday.
Look what Seon did in the Super Bowl with a broken leg.
Like I said, he had like 3 drops. Did he not have like 3 drops yesterday?
He did. He sure did.
Yeah, and I told you, you signed Dak and you let Amari go somewhere, man.
He was trash. I'm sorry. He was trash. I agree with you. He was trash. Came out of the game as a healthy scratch like, yo, I don't care. Da, da, da. He's getting mad about the scheme. I'm like, well, last year y'all did pretty good. Last half of the year. This season, it seems like y'all done forgot about what got y'all where y'all were. And look at them now.
I think they got to run more, if I'm being honest.
They're going to need help next week to make it to the playoffs. Let me see. And they play the Redskins. And I got the Redskins beating Cowboys.
I don't have the Redskins beating them. Now, if Dwayne Haskins is healthy, I might give him the push.
I received a report. Haskins will be out.
Then no, we're done.
Haskins is
out. Packing it up for the season. Go ahead and get that number 2 overall pick, baby.
All right. Chiefs beat the Bears 26-3, and currently in the second quarter, it is 3-3 between the Packers and the Vikings. 2 teams going to the NFC playoffs.
You know what?
So
Aaron Rodgers has looked bad, bro.
I mean, but this year it's kind of like, I think they're kind of transitioning to being
a running team.
They're transitioning from being A-Rod throwing all over the field, making these, no-name receivers look great, to literally letting their offensive line and Aaron Jones turn into a smash-mouth football team and relying on their defense. So this may be a little weird for most Packers fans who are used to seeing A-Rod sling the ball over the field.
I hear you, but even when he slung the ball, he hasn't looked good.
Shout out to my homegirl, Yo Harvey, for watching. Biggest Packer fan I know. But yeah, they're transitioning their football team from being a aired out to a smash mouth football team. They're gonna rely on.
Again, A-Rod hasn't looked good when he's had to throw. He's looked like an average Joe.
3-3 right now, man. So I want to talk NFC playoff picture. So currently the 49ers are the number 1 seed, the Saints number 2, the Packers number 3, and I think that is how it's going to end.
49ers are suspect.
Well, they may be suspect right now, but guess what? They're still number 1 they're number 1 in NFC right now.
I get it, but like I said, Minnesota just scored a touchdown, by the way.
Minnesota is now up 9-3.
10. They kicked the extra point.
Okay. So 49ers, Saints, Packers, whoever wins between Dallas and the Eagles. The Seahawks in 5 and the Vikings are in 6. The Vikings are going to stay in 6. The Saints are probably, wow. It's crazy because the 49ers, Saints, Packers, and Seahawks all have a chance to be number 1. A lot of things have to happen in order for the Seahawks to be number 1. Well,
the Seahawks played themselves yesterday, man.
They got to win next week. But can you imagine the Vikings actually ending up as number 1 if that's possible? I'm going to have to look that up. But the Cowboys are still in the hunt. They're going to need a lot of help next week. And in the AFC, the Ravens have the number 1 seed locked up. There you go, Ed. You happy? Patriots are number 2. The Chiefs, Texans, Bills, and Titans are in the wild card. The Titans are in the wild card, but the Steelers and the Raiders are right behind them. And look, I'm a Raiders fan. Everybody in the world knows this shit, right? I did not expect the Raiders to be in the hunt going into week 17. Now, in order for the Raiders to make the playoffs, the Titans, the Steelers, the Titans and Steelers have to lose, and the Colts have to win. And like I said, last week, they had 5 things that needed to happen, and they all happened. I can't remember what happened. I can't remember what they needed to happen, but it all happened. 5 things. Next week, need a few more things to happen. Can you imagine the Raiders going to play the oh, Lord, we have to play the Chiefs. Well, never mind. There goes that.
There goes that idea.
So
it was good while it lasted.
The thought was good while it lasted. Because there ain't no way in hell we make the playoffs, we're going to beat the Chiefs on the road. Nah.
I feel like it's possible.
If the Ravens and the Patriots have problems in Kansas City, the Raiders are going to have mucho problems. They play there every year.
Derek Carr might show y'all why he's a franchise quarterback, baby.
Okay, let's talk about this for a hot second. I don't understand why John Gruden does not like Derek Carr.
Me either.
I can't understand it. He went 26 of 30 yesterday. They had 2 touchdowns, 1 run and 1 passing. And the dude on Facebook, I found him on Facebook, found him on Twitter. Most positive dude that I've seen as far as an athlete. One of the most positive people. He's a role model. He's a good quarterback. He has some mobility. He can't really.
He's not great, but he's good, man. He's better. He's better than a great deal of quarterbacks that are starting in this league right now.
He is what the Raiders need. You have a young offense. You have a young defense. Like I said, I expected this team to have 5 wins. They're going into week 17 with a chance to go 8-8 and a very outside shot of playoffs.
You know what? I don't think Gruden. I think what Gruden's issue is that he's not a guy. How do I want to put this? He's not a guy that's just going to win you a game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, things can go wrong, guys can get hurt and stuff, and he can't just will the team to win because he's just that good.
Right.
And I think Gruden wants him to be that guy, one. And I think Gruden, just the money that they pay quarterbacks now, Gruden doesn't want to have to shell out that much money to that dude. And that's just what I can think, you know?
Well, the Raiders can get out of that contract at the end of the season because I think he has an option. But I think that they need to keep him around because I think you need consistency. From what I heard on 105.7, the fan in Baltimore, what I heard, Gruden wants somebody like Lamar Jackson. Mobile, can throw the ball in the air, has insane, uncanny ability to scramble and get open. And he wants that type of thing for his offense.
Oklahoma kind of has a quarterback like that you might be able to get late.
I mean, at this point, but I'm like, okay, I don't see a problem with drafting a quarterback at all. Trust me, I don't. But when you're trying to get a quarterback in the first 2 rounds, that's going to cause a whole bunch of dissension in the locker room because I believe those young kids look up to Derek Carr